Disney Nation, and welcome to this month's Top 10. In honor of Karate Kid Legends, and to commemorate, cause karate is a sport, and I was really struggling with this month's Top 10. At first it was going to be Top 10 Tom Cruise movies, but that's a topic I can do another time because Tom Cruise is still a very well actor. And Karate Kid Legends is a sportsman. Karate is in the Olympics, so it is considered a sport. And I love Karate Kid, love Cobra Kai, love all that stuff. So I thought this is a perfect opportunity to touch on my favorite sports movies. I love sports. Sports is some of my it's something I don't talk a lot about on this channel because this is a movie-related YouTube channel. But I love sports. I love baseball, the Yankees, basketball. I like watching the playoffs a little bit. With NBA, but more into college, and then NHL. I do like. That's NBA and NHL I kind of watch during the playoff times. I don't really watch it during the season. But like NFL, I watch it week to week. I watch Thursday Night Football, all that stuff. That's probably my favorite sport, which I'm not the biggest fan of sports movies. I'm not the biggest fan of football movies, but I still really enjoy them. And so yeah, I mean, I like all kinds of different sports, and I also like the movies about sports. Sports movies can be very uplifting, and I don't even have to like the sport to enjoy I can get really pumped up for them, and there's some that I just like, man, I just love that film. So let's break it down. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this month's Top 10. At number 10, I'm going with Jerry Maguire. So this is a different movie to put on its top 10 sports movies, but it hits on something that we always forget about when we talk about sports. Is we have agents. Tom Cruise plays Jerry Maguire. He's an agent to Cuba Jr.'s character, who is a football player, and his career and his Jerry Maguire's really advancement in his life. It really depends on how good Cuba Jr. play, and that's just like how it is in the sports agency world. If sports agents get these players and then they turn out to be washes, they're not going to be able to be very marketable to get the next player. So, and also this is a really great love story between Tom Cruise, and I forget what the girl's character is, but there are so many great lines, especially towards the end. They're like, "You complete me." And she'll like, "You had me at hello." I love Jerry Maguire. It's such a good one. It's a good romance film, but it's also a very little good sports movie on the side as well. So yeah, I have to throw that at number 10. Don't worry, the other 9 movies are more sports movies. At number 9, I'm going with Miracle. Miracle is about the 80s U.S. hockey team as they beat Russia or the Soviet Union during the Olympics. Because, back in that time, we were not good at hockey. We were luckily if we medaled. But Russia, the Soviet Union, they were the mega powers of hockey at the time. And, this crazy story, and this is a Disney movie, Kurt Russell plays the coach. And the crazy part about it is that they had played a week or two before the Olympics actually started, and the Soviet Union just crushed the United States. But in the semifinals, United States beat the Soviet Union, and it's one of the greatest upsets. I mean, that's why the movie's called Miracle. Miracle on Ice. It's such a great movie. Really enjoy watching. My number 8 is Ford v Ferrari. This is a James Mangold movie starring Christian Bale and Matt Damon. I reviewed this movie a few years ago, and I absolutely love this movie. I mean, it's a story about Ford wants to compete against Ferrari to become the dominated car in the market. So they go to I forget what the race is called, but it's a very good movie. Christian Bale is crazy as ever. Matt Damon is trying to keep the team together and also trying to make the car powerful enough to compete with Ferrari. And it's such a Le Mans. That's what the race is, Le Mans. I got there in the end. That's all that matters. But yeah, I absolutely love this one. At number 7, I'm going with The Natural. The Natural for me is a good one. It stars Robert Redford. He plays a guy who didn't really play, but he played baseball when he was younger, stopped for a long time, then came back into it, and it's just such a good little baseball film, and the music is iconic, and I just think this sports movie is incredible. I recommend checking out The Natural. At number number 6, I'm going with Creed. Creed was my favorite movie of 2015. I always like to point that out for a certain YouTuber I work with, because I remember he was really mad when I picked Creed over Force Awakens. But Creed, for me, is just an incredible film. I love the boxing scenes. To bring Rocky back after Rocky Balboa, when you're like, do we really need another Rocky movie? And then you have Michael B. Jordan, who plays Adonis Creed, the bastard son of Creed from the original Rocky films, and his journey and the boxing scene, like that first boxing fight, where it's like a one track and shot is incredible. But also whenever he has to fight, I forget what the character. I haven't seen the movie in a while. But I love Creed. It's one that I've revisited multiple times. I saw the movie at theaters like twice, and I've seen the movie on Blu-ray multiple times. And I also like the other Creeds. I don't think it ever hit the level of the first one, but none of the Rockies ever hit the level of the first one. At number 5, I'm going with Warrior. Warrior is about MMA. You have Tom Hardy and Joe Egerton, they're brothers. Joe Egerton, he needs his money in order to save his house. Tom Hardy, he is fighting for a brother who died in the Marine Corps. And Tom Hardy he's incredible. The MMA fighting scenes are absolutely insane to watch. And I don't like MMA, and that's how good this movie is. Gavin O'Connor, for me, is one of my favorite directors, and he knows how to direct sports movies well. I mean, he directed Miracle. He directed the basketball movie with Ben Affleck. I forget what that movie is called, but I just talked about it last month. And I just think this movie is a great little movie, and also that the ending between Tom Hardy and Joe Egerton, and it's just such a powerful. It's the Rocky of this generation, and it's one of those films that I've seen multiple times, and I'll see it another multiple times, and makes me fired up just to go watch it and go fight somebody. Not really, because I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover, not a fighter. At number 4, I'm going with Moneyball. Moneyball is the baseball film, which was about the Oakland A's Billy Beane taking statistics and analytics in order to draft players to build a team that can fill up a stat sheet over the big budget of what the Yankees were doing. Even though I'm a big Yankee fan, I love this film. Brad Pitt just kills it. Probably one of my favorite Brad Pitt movies. That's the top 10 that will happen one day. But I absolutely love this film. Jonah Hill. This is really, for me, the Jonah Hill movie where I was like, this guy's got a little bit more talent than just the fat comedy guy from Superbad. And I think Moneyball is incredible, and it's a home run, really. My number 3 is The Karate Kid. The Karate Kid, for me, is just an incredible coming-of-age story about this young kid, Daniel LaRusso, who is bullied by the legendary Johnny Lawrence as he goes through builds his friendship with Mr. Miyagi. Mr. Miyagi trains him in the form of Miyagi-Do karate, and then as he has to go through the All Valley and become the Karate Kid because you're the best around, it's just incredible. I absolutely love this movie, and also I like the other things with Karate Kid. I'm not the biggest fan of the 2 and 3, but I love Cobra Kai. I don't like the Jackie Chan Karate Kid. I'm hoping this new one is incredible because it looks incredible. And to bring back Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan in that one, it's going to be a very interesting film to see. My number 2 is Field of Dreams. Baseball movies. I love baseball movies. I think, for some reason, baseball movies are some of the highest form of sports movies overall, because I could probably just do a top 10 baseball movie list, and I might do that one day. And see, this top 10 is going to last forever, guys. So the Field of Dream, Kevin Costner, he takes his farm and turns it into a baseball field, because if you build it, they will come. James Earl Jones also stars in this film as well, and there's just the story in this movie is great about Shoeless Joe Jackson, the story, and then if you build it, he will come. And it's all about a father and a son's relationship. Overall, is what this movie is about. And I just think this movie is incredible. And I've always said, like, build it like you build anything. If you build it, they will come. Sometimes. And my number 1 sports movie is Rocky. Rocky for me, it has to be the #1 sports movie. It's the great story. I mean, it's this guy who has a 1 in a million shot, just like how Sylvester Stallone. They didn't want him in this role, and he played the character. He kills the role, wins an Oscar for screenwriting, eventually wins a never wins that Best Supporting Actor. He should have won that Best Supporting Actor in Creed, but that's another thing. But the fight between him and Creed is great. I mean, that moment whenever Creed just think this is a guy, he's just a lightweight, and Rocky takes him down, and that moment you look at Creed's eye, he's like, oh man, this guy, he's got the eye of the tiger, he's got the hunger. And also the love story between him and Adrian. At the end, whenever Rocky doesn't win, and then Creed, at the end, Creed hugs them and goes, there will be no rematch. There will be no rematch. And he's like, I don't want one. And then they're trying to interview him. He's like, Adrian! Adrian! And then at the ending with that hug, and he goes like, I love you. He's like, I know. It's just such a beautiful movie. Rocky, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I have the poster of it in my house. Love Rocky. For me, like just kind of like a lot of like crime movies or sci-fi movies. Like crime movies, like I always compare them to The Godfather. Sci-fi movies, I always compare them to Star Wars. Rocky is what I compare other sports movies to. And so for that reason, it has to be #1. So guys, what's your favorite sports movie of all time? And are you looking forward to Karate Kid Legends, or are you like, leave it alone, let's let it die? Whatever they are, comment below, let me know. And guys, if you like the video, don't forget to subscribe, see more, tell your friends about Easy Nation. All too easy.